For me, I think the biggest thing that football taught me was how to overcome adversity.
At some point in your life, you're going to have some tough times.
You have to have that next play mentality.
That cohesiveness and that working together, that's really something special that you can't get in a lot of other areas.
When you practice that and you live that in other phases of your life, it becomes second nature because all you know how to do is fight.
It's not an easy game. If it were easy, everyone would do it.
You start to appreciate the smaller contributions that people make. You don't just look at the big one because you knew it took 6 or 7 other guys who are unsung.
And you can't take shortcuts and be successful.
Doing what they do to make it possible for the guy getting the press clippings or whatever it might be.
In this game, whether it's as a coach or a player.
So I would certainly say that you definitely got a very quick lesson in how to overcome adversity playing football.
And don't forget to check out and order your copy of our latest book, Stiff Arming Football Myths. You can find this available in both paperback and PDF form on our website at footballgameplan.com/books. I like what I saw last year from Derek Carr. Statistically, he was where he needed to be and gave you exactly what you wanted to see from a rookie. He progressively got better as the season went on, and yes, you want to see him stretch the field a little bit more vertically, and with the improvements made along the offensive line and on the flanks, I think you'll see just that this season. Christian Ponder does give them a capable number 2 option in case disaster strikes. The Raiders do have pretty good talent in the backfield. Third-year man Latavius Murray gets his opportunity to be the lead dog in the backfield this season after an impressive showing last year in spot duty. The hope is that the 6'3", 225-pound runner can be to Oakland what Le'Veon Bell is to Pittsburgh. I may be in a minority, but I think as a complimentary guy, Trent Richardson can provide quality reps for the Raiders. It'll be a great way for Richardson to build his confidence back up to where perhaps maybe he can be a starter again somewhere in the league. In my opinion, undrafted free agent Michael Dyer out of Louisville was a great get, as his best football is ahead of him, and he'll compete with veteran Roy Helu for that third spot. In my opinion, it should be Dyer. Now, Oakland still has one of the best and versatile fullbacks in the game in Marcel Reese, and Reese's ability in the passing game is what also makes him a huge threat. I think significant improvements were made here by the Raiders. Signing Michael Crabtree and drafting Amari Cooper in the first round goes a long way in ensuring Derek Carr has success. Both Cooper and Crabtree are legit number 1 options in my opinion. Andre Holmes was first on the team last year in receiving and should thrive as a number 3 once he returns from that broken hand injury. Keep an eye on the 2 undrafted free agents in Milton Williams out of Delaware State and Josh Harper out of Fresno State. I got the chance to see both guys live last season. I think they both are better options at the 4th and 5th receiver spots than what's currently on the depth chart. I believe the Raiders are also strong at tight end. They signed blocking tight end Lee Smith in free agency, which allows Michael Rivera the chance to be a flex H-back type on a full-time basis. That's a situation where he should thrive. Now, Oakland also drafted Clive Walford out of Miami, who's a mixture of both Smith and Rivera. And Walford runs great routes, and I think he could be an impact rookie. I also like Brian Leonhardt as the 4th tight end on his roster. This may be the most improved group on the team, as Oakland definitely got better here. In free agency, they signed center Rodney Hudson from the Kansas City Chiefs, who's one of the best in the league at that position. Hudson, along with guard Gabe Jackson and free agent Jamarcus Webb, gives the Raiders a strong interior. Jackson played extremely well last year, and I think he has a chance to be an All-Pro this season. What an addition Donald Penn was last year. He's entering his 11th season and is still a rock-solid player. At right tackle, Menelik Watson is a superb athlete with good overall game. Now, health and availability is the biggest concern with him. If he's available for a full season, he'll definitely start to realize that potential. The depth is fine here with versatile guys in Khalif Barnes and Austin Howard. Both are able to play multiple positions, and rookie 4th-round pick John Feliciano out of Miami was an underrated selection and could find himself logging a lot of minutes as a rookie.
I love football. I cannot get enough of football. I watch it on every level.
The emotional release. Whether it's an exciting play that gets you all jacked up and juiced, or whether it's the fact that you're able to pour everything you have. Whatever frustration you had that week, you can put into that first kickoff coverage, that first block that you have, whatever it might be.
And I couldn't think of anything better to do to fill that void that you have as a football player than to get into coaching.
You get a chance to release a lot of emotion that you otherwise have no place to release. There's nothing else like that.
Again, the relationships you build and the people you're around, and watching the guys compete, not just on the football field, but in life after they get done playing. It's just an amazing game.
Moving last year's rookie Khalil Mack to defensive end was a brilliant move. It puts him in a position to have success on a consistent basis. It strengthens the defensive line and allows Oakland to put an additional talented player on the field at the second level. Justin Tuck provided steady play and will serve as a great mentor to rookie second-round pick Mario Edwards out of Florida State. Now, signing nose tackle Dan Williams from the Arizona Cardinals in free agency was an excellent move, and teaming him up with second-year man Justin Ellis gives the Raiders strength on the inside with the ability to play the run as well as rush the passer. Now, outside of both defensive end Nico Autry and also defensive tackle C.J. Wilson, the depth here is a slight concern. Revamped linebacking core here for the Raiders with Curtis Lofton and Malcolm Smith coming over in free agency, and Lofton should have success in his defense behind that defensive line, and I like Malcolm Smith's ability to play all three backer spots because I think he should be a Sam backer, which opens the door for impressive rookie fifth-round pick Ben Heaney out of Kansas to start on the weak side. At least that's what I would do at this position. I also think it allows the Raiders the ability to bring C.O. Moore back slowly from that hip injury, and once he's 100%, he'll ease back into that starting weak side backer role. Either way, Oakland has depth here. Also, a guy like Ray Armstrong can fill in as a Sam backer as well. The talent is here, but again, it goes back to availability. Both Travis Carey and DJ Hayton are good football players, but staying healthy is going to be key. This is more for Hayton than it is for Carey, who I believe has shaken the injury bug that plagued him back at Ohio. Hayton is a former first-round pick, and they need him to be out there. Now, it'll be interesting to see the progress of second-year player Keith McGill out of Utah. Now, McGill has the chance, I believe, to start over Hayton. Free agent signing James Dockery brings good depth, but keep an eye on undrafted free agent Saquon Edwards out of New Mexico, a former wide receiver with ball skills that isn't afraid to tackle. Safety is in much better shape in my opinion. Future Hall of Famer Charles Woodson is entering his 18th season in the NFL and led the Raiders last year in interceptions with 4. He's starting at strong safety, and the opposite of him is Nate Allen, who comes over via free agency from the Philadelphia Eagles. Allen, I believe, is better in the alley as opposed to back deep, which is why I think Brandon Ross brings tremendous value to this unit. That's a formidable trio right there, and you look at Larry Asante and second-year man Jonathan Dowling and also rookie undrafted free agent Tevin McDonald. They provide quality depth. Both Dowling and McDonald, in my opinion, have the potential to be special. Both kicker Sebastian Janikowski and punter Marquette King keep the Raiders' kicking and punting game strong. There's no worries there. Now, where you have concerns is in the coverage department. Oakland has to get better at covering kicks if they want to be successful. The return game could also use a boost, which is why Oakland went out and signed Trendon Holiday to take over those duties. I have the Raiders finishing third in the AFC West. This team has drafted well over the last 3 seasons, and they have a good group of young, talented, and experienced players, along with some good veterans that aren't over the hill and can still play at a high level. Oakland's defense will be much improved, as well as their offense for that matter. I think the Raiders can get to 8 wins this year, with 2016 being the breakthrough. I also want to give a huge shout out to Raider fan forums for always showing football game plan support.